Hi everyone and welcome to Practice Growth HQ. Now today is effectively part 2 of a series where I'm recording, believe it or not, in a studio in the Philippines, and our topic today is offshoring. Now the truth is I've spent the last 2 weeks in the Philippines frankly blown away by the magnitude of businesses and the range of businesses that are using and taking advantage of the phenomena that is offshoring. The facility that I've been at, which is in a place called Dumaguete, it's an hour and a half flight from Manila, there is just every business under the sun that is using offshoring. I'm just trying to think of the ones. It's like real estate, it's lawyers, it's accountants, it's tradies, it's doctors, and today, in part 2 of this series, I'm interviewing a couple of the dental stars. These are team members who are actually assigned to Australian dental practices, and we're going to talk to them about their experience. Dental star, one of the newer members of the team is Alison. Welcome, Alison.
Hi.
And one of the more experienced dental stars, Irina. Welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Well done, well done. All right, look, let's start with Irina. You've been a dental star for some time now. Now, just to be clear, as a dental star, you are allocated to a specific practice.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what tasks do you do for your practice?
During my stay with my practice, I've been doing some marketing as well as some reception tasks for them. Basically, with reception tasks, they allocated me some responsibilities that may be too, let's say, small for their on-site front desk people to do. So in order for them to do more important things, they gave me those, let's say, more simpler tasks to me, as well as my colleague Jay, since there are 2 of us in that practice.
Okay, and Irina, before you got into Dental Stars, what was your background? You did some study?
Yes, before becoming a dental star, I was also a writer. And aside from that, I'm also doing my master's currently for communication. Hopefully I get to finish next year if I get to enroll again. And yeah, that's been my most relevant experience so far. And as well as a little bit of customer service on the side.
There we are, clearly an overachiever there, Irina. All right, Alison, you went to university?
Yes, I did.
What did you do there?
I took up medical technology in the Philippines. Its international equivalent would be medical laboratory science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which does beg the question, what are you doing being a dental star now?
Well, I can't really practice what I've studied as of
Okay.
now since you get a license. I actually took up a scholarship to be able to study that in the first place. And I don't know, it's been a fun journey. I've jumped into new waters.
Yeah.
All right, we found that Irina's interestingly doing not just some, what did you call it, front office tasks,
Yes.
but also a bunch of marketing as well.
Yes.
Alison, what are you doing for your client?
My client, in the meantime, I've worked with her for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I've mostly been doing recalls, reactivations. As of today, since their practice is closed, since it's a holiday,
Right.
I've been doing the inbound calls that have been coming in,
Okay, so mainly for you on the phones.
recalls.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Amazing
Inbound,
support.
inbound and outbound. Irina, you've been with your client for some time now. The one that's a bit curious, because it's fair to say that most dental stars will do some work on the phones.
Yeah.
The kind of bread and butter, we heard last week from Frankie and Claire, that bread and butter for dental stars is recalls. It's the thing that most Australian practices find difficult to get done consistently. The dentist loves it because you pick up the phone, you say, hey Angus, we haven't seen you for 12 months, can we get you booked in? And you can fill up their books quite quickly. But what's with all this marketing stuff?
I believe for a practice to grow, it's not just recalls and on the phone tasks in order for you to bring in some patients. Having good marketing skills and techniques is also important for practices these days because social media is the new thing for you to really get your name out there. So if a dental practice has good social media strategies, if they know their brand well and then they get to share how they can solve people's problems, dental concerns well, it will bring in a lot of revenue. As from what I've seen with my practice, ever since I joined them, there's been a significant increase in new referrals, new patients that came from social media alone. So yeah, we've been doing well in Instagram and Facebook, and we also do monthly newsletters. Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Wow.
In marketing.
Now, if I understand correctly, that wasn't necessarily your background. The writing is fantastic. Were you able to undertake additional training at Dental Stars?
Yes, I'm very appreciative of my current clients. They're based in Melbourne, in Berwick, and they've been so hands-on when it comes to training me with additional knowledge about social media marketing. Our principal dentists, who I regularly communicate with through WhatsApp, they always tell me ways on how I can simplify my captions, because my background is more on technical and formal writing.
Right, long articles.
Very long, very like stiff sounding. They told me who their ideal client is. That's the first thing that they did with me. They told me that their ideal clients are, like, let's say, middle-aged parents with high school aged children, and they should have this type of car. Their children should attend this type of school, and then their job should be, let's say, managerial.
So they've got a really clear picture of who their ideal patient is.
And with that framework, I get to visualize and I get to draft a good caption that will capture their attention.
Okay.
Without sounding too stiff, without sounding too formal.
Yeah.
Talking to a friend.
Very good. And I gather that through, and I don't know if you've had this opportunity yet, that through Dental Stars, you've also got access to a bit of a training database. Have you managed to do any of that?
Are we talking about the skill builder?
Skill Builder.
Yeah, I've definitely accessed it while I was waiting for my work to start with my client. And I've gone through the marketing aspects of lessons that were offered.
All right, very good. Alison, so you've been with your client for 3 weeks. You're pretty much the new kid on the block.
Yes, I am.
What's been the best part so far?
I think the best part so far is how they have such a healthy work environment. They proactively communicate with me to make sure I understand everything that I'm doing. They're willing to clarify any questions that I have, since I'm not just working for them, I'm working with them so that we could bring in more patients rather, so that we could have so that we could give a great experience for our patients.
Yes.
Okay, and in that regard, what is the nature and perhaps the frequency of your communication with the practice?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
How do you communicate with them?
Through WhatsApp, or we could do email sometimes. I send them updates on what I did for the day, the number of patients I've called, what their responses were, so on.
Okay. What about you, Irina?
Yeah, we also communicate every day through WhatsApp as well. And aside from regular chatting, we also do regular meetings and trainings with the entire practice. For me and Jay, the other dental star for the practice, we usually join trainings for front desk, as well as learning about new technology that's being integrated into the practice. Recently, we've attended a training about this new AI technology that's being integrated into creating treatment plans for our patients. I've seen that it's going to be very convenient for the practice as well as the patients that's going to receive those. So yeah, I've been learning a lot from them, and it's gratifying to know that they see us as not just offshore employees, but it's as if we're working on site with them as well, because it's like we're talking face to face because of the frequency of our communication. So yeah, it's very fun.
That's great. Alison, if I understand correctly, 3 weeks in, you are doing 2 distinct tasks for the client, is that right? Now, Irina, you've been months now. How big would your list be, do you think?
Let's say, I guess around 10 or more tasks, since with reception or front desk, it's a full list of like small things that I need to do every day, like checking for deposits, checking to see if who are the patients who FTA'd the day.
Yeah, practices hate those. Not the patients necessarily, but they hate it when they fail to turn up.
Yeah, it can be quite a hassle
Yeah.
just for the patient to not turn up and then everybody's been expecting them.
All right. Sounds like for your role, it's almost like you've got a bit of a hybrid. It's like a bunch of tasks supporting the front office, and then you're moonlighting as a marketer with a bunch of social media, newsletters, etc.
Yes.
Wow, what a list. All right, I've got it again. I suppose I want to play devil's advocate here for a second. This sounds like a fantastic system. Alison, have you, to the Australian ear, you girls speak very clearly, but at the one level, you've got a bit of an accent. Do patients have a comment on that?
Not so far.
Okay, you've never had a single person say, "Ooh, you've got a funny accent"?
No.
Okay, what about you, Irina?
I don't think it's a problem with our patients, since with my practice, we have a variety of ethnicities and nationalities working there, and most of our patients are also not purely Australian. Some of them also have an accent, so they don't really take that into account.
We've got a pretty multicultural country anyway.
It's a melting pot.
A melting pot. So they just consider you, they don't even think about it, they just consider you to be part of the melting pot. All right, let me ask the hard questions here on Practice Growth HQ, Alison. Give me the case. This sounds great, but it also sounds like you're getting great support from your client. If a practice is like, Angus, I don't have the time to be training a dental star, what do you think?
I think the good thing is we have the resources to be able to learn ourselves the tasks that we need to do, as well as our fellow dental stars. They've been of great help. They have experience. They tell us, maybe don't say this, maybe it will be better to say that. Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're not high maintenance?
I wouldn't say I'm high maintenance. I have a high initiative.
Okay, oh, that's great to hear. Irina, I've always thought of you as being high maintenance. No, I haven't. Same deal. Like, speak to the practice that's listening to this and going, I'm so darn busy. Like, I love the sound of this help, but I just don't have the time to invest.
Yeah, in regards to thinking that you need to train the dental star, if you think about it, my practice only trained me regarding my tasks twice.
Okay.
And that's for like marketing and reception. What our practice manager does is she conducts video call trainings with me and Jay. And then just after that one training, we make sure to take notes during those meetings so that we don't have to keep on asking afterwards, because we know that our practice manager and then the other girls doing the reception on site are quite busy since they are doing phone calls and all. What we do is we do the initiative to read SOPs on file. We also communicate with other dental stars, just like what Alison said. Since even though everybody's using different PMS,
Yeah, practice management system,
Yeah.
different software.
at the core of it, it's still the same kind of system on how we handle our patients and how we handle our work.
So just to be clear, you've got to log in to the software that your practice is using.
Yes.
What software are they using?
We are currently using Dental for Windows.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are literally using Dental for Windows every day or every week or whatever.
Yes, every day.
Wow, okay, all right. So you've had training in that before you started working with the client?
Yes, when we got inducted as Dental Stars, we were provided the Moodle website where we get to learn how various PMS systems work, like Dental for Windows, Exact.
Oh, there's lots of different software. What are you
Yes,
using in
a
your
lot of
practice,
different.
Alison?
My experience was different because I was the first to use Dentally.
Dentally, okay,
Yeah.
so none of the other dental stars were using it.
No, she's the first.
It's been easy to use, plus Dentally has their own training website.
Okay.
So I've been able to go through that, and my client just had to run over things with me once, and I was good to go.
Okay, that sounds very good. All right, I suppose as we're coming to a close, Alison, final thoughts for the listeners about this whole experience, the whole Dental Stars experience.
As a dental star, I would say it's a great opportunity to be able to help patients and dentists alike. Our task is to make your work easier for you. We're here to alleviate some of your tasks so that you have more time to focus on the more challenging tasks that you have day to day. And it's just a great relationship for both the dental star and the client, I think.
Yeah, more opportunities for the people inside to do more production. And yeah, we're mainly here to lift off that excess burden off of your shoulders and make your life easier so that you can play easier as well.
Yes, practice hard so you can play easy.
Yeah.
Alison, thank you so much for your time. To Rita.
Thank you so much, Angus.
All right, everyone. Look, that's a bit of a different interview, but I just thought I'm here in the Philippines. I can't believe the level of penetration of offshoring across a whole range of industries. And of course, I've seen it firsthand with the dental stars, and I felt, look, what a great opportunity to hear from the dental stars themselves. Now, look, as I say every week on Practice Growth HQ, knowledge is not power, it's applied knowledge. So the question is simply, what's the one action you can take now as a result of what you heard today? Finally, if you got some value from our time together, then please leave us a lovely review to give us the encouragement to bring you more great content every week on Practice Growth HQ.